When Krittibash asked his father that, "Will you take the burden of my sins?" Then his father was very surprised and said, "Who told you this? That the father has to take the son's sin?" His father said, "In which book it is written that a father has to take his son's sin?" Then his father said that when when the father sometimes becomes the son, so initially the father remains the father of the child, and when the child grows up, then the father becomes a child of the father child, and the child becomes a father. So when he said to his son, he said to his son that when you were small, when you were a child, then I had done a lot of things in order to, in order to rear you, in order to grow you up. And at that time, whatever sins I have done, those sins are not going to be on you. Now, when I am old, I am like a child to you, so you will take care of me, and I will not take of your sin. Who told you to kill humans? Why should I take the part or burden of your sins? Listening to this, Ratnakar was very upset and he started crying, and he then went to his mother's place. He told his mother that, tell me the truth. Will you be taking the burden of my sins? And then his mother was said that, I have kept you in my womb for 9 months, 9 to 10 months. So, and I have also taken care of you when you were a child. Your sins should not be, should not cause anything to me, should not be taken on my account. Now he was, his head was down by listening to his mother's words, and then he went to his wife and he asked to his wife, "Darling, please tell me, will you take the burden of my sins?" So listening to it, this Ratnakar's wife said that God has made me your, half part, and I can take everything, but I cannot take these sins on my account. You have taken me as your wife, so I will take care of you, but I will not take your sins. So whatever sins you have done, whatever good wills you have done, I will take the part of everything, but whatever sins you have done to take care of me, those sins will not come on me, because you are accepting me as your wife. You have taken the responsibilities of my well-being. So for my well-being, whatever sins you have done, those sins are not taken to be my sins. I'm just surprised. His wife said that, why you have killed humans, and I just came to know. I have never told you to do that. To his wife's words, he was now afraid, and he said, so much sins I have done, how I will get freedom from my sins. And he was very upset, and he just took that iron weapon and strike it on his head and fell down. And now he realized that what sins he have done, and nobody is going to take the parts of his sins. So he went back to the forest, to Brahma, where he was sitting, and just fell down on his feet. He told to Brahma that, I have asked each and every one, and nobody is willing to take the burden of my sins. If you can please help me to get rid of my sins. And then Brahma told to Ratnakar, you take a bath in this river and come back. Then Ratnakar went to the river for bath, but whenever he looked into the river, all the water evaporated, and all the fishes and crocodiles were dying without the water. And he came back to Brahma and told that there is no water in the river. And listening to this, Brahma said, you have filled with sins, that's why the water is also evaporated when you look at it. And then Brahma came to his ears and said, no, now you tell the name of Rama once, And then Ratnakar tried to, take the word of Ram, but he was not able to speak because his, lips were, you know, paralyzed because he was so full of sins. So he cannot, utter the word Ram with his lips. And listening to that, Brahma was very, uh, worried. Then how this person with who is full of, uh, you know, uh, who has done so much sins will take the name of Ram. Brahma came, there is an idea came in Brahma's mind, and then he said to Ratnakar that when a person dies, what you tell? And then Ratnakar said, when a person dies, we said that that person is Mora. So you tell Mora, and when you tell that, the Ram will come because opposite of Ram is Mora. Then there was a, very dry wood falling there. So he told that just look into the wood and say, death, death, death. And when you say death, the name of Rama will come because opposite of death is Rama. You know, Ratnakar took the name of Ram and all his sins were washed. And whoever can speak the name of Ram, all their sins will be washed. So, you know, Ratnakar, by taking the name of Ram, started, uttering name of Ram for 60,000 years. Then he sat for meditation in one place and started the taking of Ram, and his whole body was, eaten by worms. All his flesh were eaten by worms, and only, only his bones were seen. Brahma came to earth and, told that 7 days there will be rains, and there were rains for 7 days, and after that there was a big famine, and there were a lot of people, and only their bones were seen. Within that bone came up, Ratnakar, who was now an ascetic. And then he said, Brahma, that thanks, you have given me the name of Ram, and you have, given me freedom from my sins. Then Brahma gave them a new name. From Ratnakar, his name became Valmiki. He told Valmiki that you have to now tell the seven, episodes or 7 parts of Ram's life, Ramayana, to everyone. You have taken the name of Ram and you have become pure, so you will sing the song of Ram's life, and I will give you, the blessings that your goddess Saraswati, who is the goddess of knowledge, will be in your tongue, and whatever song you will sing, it will become very good. Whatever story you will tell, whatever old story you will tell, whatever Purana you will tell in poetry forms, Rama will come to the earth and do the same things. And telling that, Brahma went back to his home.